Good morning, and welcome to volume 54 of Coffee with the Tigg. It's Monday morning, June 11th? I'm confused on what day it is. Yeah, it's the 11th. um, yeah, lots of stuff going on in the world. The real world as opposed to the sim racing world, but we'll get through it all like we always do. Uh, John Norton asked me in the middle of the night if I wanted to test his new road course track that he's working on, Bahrain, I think it is. Um, if you watch this, John, yeah, go on and send it to me. Send me the files because I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook. It's a personal message to John this morning. Go ahead and send it to me if you want me to help you test anything. Don't spend a lot of time on Facebook. When you saw me last night, I was on like for, I don't know, a minute and a half to 2 minutes. That was about it. I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook these days. It's though the new changes that they're coming up with might improve it, but the amount of um, crap that they used to put on there up until this new program that they're putting on to go back to the way they used to be may improve Facebook. Um, all the corporate ads on there and um, stuff that I'm just not interested in really pushed me away from Facebook, and I don't spend a lot of time there. Um, I may do something if they do change it to no, I wouldn't do a page for this. That's ridiculous because I had that other page and didn't get very many views on it either on the one site that I did have. Anyway, um, of course now I'm looking like a complete and total idiot, right? Right. Anyway, didn't do much sim racing yesterday. Sat around, watched a lot of TV, watched the race, of course, which I think they should have seen what that rainstorm was going to develop, and people are saying, "Oh, it was going to be a big one," but we don't unless you live in that area in Michigan, Irish Hills. You don't really know how big of a rainstorm was. It may have passed in a half an hour, it may have passed in 10 minutes, but they called it, and right now, that's that's NASCAR for you. I can't believe they did that fast. Yellow. That's the one that blew my mind the most. They've never done a no pit stop yellow as far back as I can remember. Of course, my memory for every single race, 36 races a year over the past 40 years. They may have done it back in the day, but that was the first I remember in what we would call recent times that they did a quickie yellow, no pit stops, no nothing. Um, I think it greatly affected the outcome of the race. Of course, if they had thrown the yellow, and the yellow came out. If they had allowed pit stops, that would have been the end of the segment. And from what you hear from the experts in the booth, is that they want to finish every race under green. Okay, that's understandable. So they did that quickie yellow, cleaned up, barely got all the support vehicles off the track before the green dropped. I don't know. I forgot to watch the replay of the F1 race, so I don't even know how that came out. I don't think IndyCar ran this weekend. It's hard keeping up with all the series. I mean, NASCAR is pretty easy too because they're still shown on national television and they're shown on a channel like Yet. So there you go. That's the way that goes. I think ESPN carries F1 now, and I didn't when I watched the Monaco race. I really didn't like the announcers they had for that this year. Maybe they'll change it up. But then again, I never liked ESPN. I didn't even like the Indy 500 coverage, to tell you the truth. They ESPN in the last 10 years has been terrible race coverage as far as I'm concerned. It's not like they actually know what they're talking about. Well, they dumb everything down. If you ever notice that, they dumb it down for the casual fan who doesn't. What is that? No, no. I shave, so I'm seeing stuff I didn't see before. Anyway, I digress again. They dumb it down for the casual viewer. so they understand, have somewhat of an understanding of, what a race is, how it happens, and what happens during it. Of course, they always emphasize the wrecks, which, it's today's society, unfortunately, that they do that. But, carnage boosts ratings. That's why action films are so popular, because of all the carnage. The more, even the dumber movies you see on TV or Netflix or Hulu or wherever, the ones that have the most carnage usually get the most watches, and that's the way that goes. Um, Never good story plots. And those movies that do have good story plots usually don't get a lot of views because people don't watch them. I watched a good one the other night by Martin Scorsese called The Disturbed, I think it was, or I don't know. It had Leonardo DiCaprio. What's the other guy's name? Well, Jack Nicklaus, and the other guy from Good Will Hunting. The one that doesn't, not Matt Damon, the other one. I can't think of his name. The guy who plays Batman now, which, yeah, it was a good movie. It was a good movie. That was a good movie. The Departed, that's what it was called. If you got Netflix, you want to see a really good story, go watch that one. That's a good movie. Even though it's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it, he does do some good work. Unlike Ben Stiller, who doesn't do any good work. Anyway, that's totally two different types of acting. But anyway, that's that. Go, you got Netflix, watch Departed. It's a good movie. It's like 10, 15 years old. Well, at least 10 years old. Good movie. I enjoyed it. I may watch it again because it was full of plot twists and stuff like that. Good storytelling. And there was some violence in it, of course, but it's about the Irish mob. So there's going to be in Boston in the 80s. So it's going to have some violence in it. Good movie, though. Watch it. I highly recommend it. And if you can find it, on another note, other than clips on Red Dwarf or on YouTube, find Red Dwarf. I have downloaded the first 9 series. I don't have 10, 11, or 12 that just came out in the last few years. But go ahead and see if you can find those. YouTube used to, or not YouTube, Netflix used to have them. I don't know if they're on Hulu. I don't have Hulu, so check it out, and see if you can find full episodes of that show. If you really want to see something funny and just stupid and just a good time waster, that's a good thing to watch. If you got nothing better to do, or sim race. Well, I just didn't feel like turning on anything. I think I turned a set of course on for like 5 minutes maybe. I never even hit the track. I just loaded up what something I was thinking about doing, and then just said, nah, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like getting behind the wheel today. And I didn't do any hot lapping, any racing. I didn't do anything. Not a damn thing. I downloaded a couple of tracks for Stenod's Hot Lap Challenging, and that's challenges, mods, and I downloaded the mods and tracks for the Hot Lap Challenges that were posted yesterday. But that's about it. That's about the only thing I did. So that there, and then there's that. Some days you don't feel like doing it, and I didn't feel like doing it yesterday, even though that's what I do. That's not what I did yesterday. I even sat and watched regular TV for the first time, and I don't know how long. We watched probably once every 5 to 10 years. I watch America's Funniest Home Videos, and I watched that last night. And couldn't believe who the host was. It was Carlton. I can't think of Alonzo, whatever his name is, from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I turned to my wife and said, "Look, what happens in 20 years? One of the main characters becomes a great big huge movie star, and the other one hosts America's Funniest Home Videos." And it just goes to show you that your career is not always set when you're on a hit show. At least he's still around, unlike a lot of people from 20 years ago that aren't around. Then we watched Impractical Jokers, and we haven't watched that show in about 8 months or so. We saw them live in concert a couple of years ago. Funny stuff. You get to see them live. It's funny. It's even funnier than what they show on TV because of all the editing and stuff that they do on TV. But if you ever get to see the Tenderloins, it's the name of the comedy troupe. live. Go ahead and go see that, because that'll leave you in stitches. It literally will. But we watched that. We watched 3 or 4, maybe 5 episodes that we hadn't seen before. Then they went back to the really old episodes, so we wound up watching TLC. And that's all I got to say about that. Yeah. Anyway, so like you watch his blog, which a lot of you aren't anymore, because I'm barely hitting double digits anymore. But whoever watches his blog, if you like to just get behind the wheel and turn out a hot lap, go to Stenad. There's close to 175 to 200. I lost count of how many there are. Go ahead and do that. Get it done. Join in the fun. There's a lot of camaraderie there for that. So if you want to, race, but not in an online situation, or even if you are racing online, just need some track time to do. There's a lot of ovals, small ovals, mostly. That's what I prefer anymore anyway. But go ahead and head over to Stenad, www.stenadracing.net, and join in the hot lapping. High Bank runs it. I'm the king of hot lapping because I've done all but a few of them now. There's one from a couple days ago I haven't done. And then there's the new ones he posted yesterday that I haven't done. So there's probably less than 5 that I haven't done. But I call myself, watch this before. I'm the king of hot lapping because I've done them all. Or damn near all of them all. Anyway, wow, okay. Yeah. Can you believe an old man can blabber on for 12 minutes about absolutely nothing and still not be finished blabbering on about nothing? Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.